Kim and I have been married for over 3 decades, but we built everything from the ground up. Some people think she married me for my wealth, but that's not true. Back then, I was transitioning between ventures and had just lost my second business. Not only were we broke, but we also had a significant amount of debt, $800,000 in total, which was a hard but valuable lesson. Eventually, we paid it all off, but the lesson stayed with us. How do you eliminate debt as fast as possible? Many suggest cutting up credit cards, but I find that ridiculous because credit cards aren't the issue. In fact, I actually like them. So, let's dive into the steps to become debt-free. Step 1 is to be honest with yourself. This was one of the hardest things I had to do, especially since Kim had never faced a financial disaster like I had. She couldn't understand how someone driving a Mercedes could be completely broke, acting rich until they actually become rich. I was hoping for divine intervention while pretending I had no debts. I looked well off, dining at the finest places, but I was financially ruined. You can fool your friends, but not your wife. So, the first thing I had to do with Kim was admit the truth. I wasn't as wealthy as I appeared. You must be truthful with yourself, because you can't reach your goals if you don't know where you stand. Are you ready to transform your financial future? Welcome to Master Invest, the place where we unlock the secrets to building wealth, managing debt, and achieving true financial freedom. From real estate tips to investment strategies, we're here to guide you on your journey to financial independence. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to take your investments to the next level, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and join a community dedicated to mastering the art of wealth creation. Before we dive into today's topic, have you ever wondered why people like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Richard Branson achieve success so effortlessly? If you want to think, grow, and act rich today, why not follow the giants? Check the link in the description to access our exclusive ebook, Millionaire Minds. This resource will help you adopt their winning mindset and strategies to achieve amazing results, like smashing your goals faster, feeling more energized, attracting the right people, and ultimately living life on your own terms. Don't wait, grab your copy now and start your journey to success. The second step is to stop taking on more unpayable loans right away. Sometimes, this requires making tough sacrifices. When Kim and I relocated from Hawaii to California, we were homeless, living in the basement of an apartment building. There were times we barely got by because we had no money. Kim had just a few dollars to get through the weekend until I returned on Sunday night. The third step is to list all your debts, and I mean all of them. Kim gave me a funny look when I said this, because I had so many debts that I didn't want to admit it. I kept ignoring the full picture, paying small bills here and there. But Kim finally asked why I wasn't willing to admit the severity of the situation. I had to face it head on and contacted my last business. I sat down and wrote letters to every investor, family member, and friend I owed money to. I felt ashamed for not paying them back sooner. Kim made me lay everything out, including the letters I received from credit card companies, which were getting more aggressive. I had to confront the truth. I encourage you to share your experiences with debt. Your story could help others who are struggling. The fourth step is crucial if you're deep in debt. It's perhaps the most important. You need to hire an accountant. There were times when I tried to handle my own finances, but when you're stressed, embarrassed, and angry about your debt, it's hard to stay objective. So, Kim and I finally consulted my rich dad, and he advised us to hire an accountant. At first, I thought it was too expensive, but Rich Dad explained that wealthy people have accountants, while those who struggle often don't keep accurate records. This is the fifth step. Once you've listed all your debts, create a visual chart. In the top left corner, write the creditor's name, let's say Visa. In the top right, write the total amount you owe. In the bottom left, write the minimum monthly payment. Finally, In the bottom right, divide the total debt by your monthly payments. For example, if you owe $2,000 to Visa and your minimum payment is $100, it will take 20 months to pay it off. Do this for every debt you have, and review it daily to track your progress. When Kim and I met, we had nothing. It took us 10 years to go from zero to financial freedom. She was 37 and I was 47. That's the power of focusing on assets rather than liabilities. Most people spend their time working to pay bills and accumulating liabilities, mistakenly thinking they're buying assets. The first gift I gave Kim was this understanding, and today we're financially free. Anyone can achieve this by focusing their efforts in the right direction. We met in 1973, and that's when I took my first real estate course. I lost money, regained it, but never abandoned assets. Many people struggle to earn even $1,000, and that's because mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, they're not prepared for it. Kim and I now make millions, but we couldn't have gotten here without first struggling to make our first $1,000. Whenever we faced a challenge, we had to grow bigger than the problem. Many people can't solve $1,000 problems until they've grown personally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically to handle it. The sixth step is to determine the order in which you'll pay off your debts. This is where the little circular number comes in. Start with the lowest balance debt you have. People often ask, shouldn't I pay off the highest interest debt first? You might think you should tackle high-interest debts first to avoid paying so much in interest, but that's not necessary with this method. You want to see quick results, so you start with the smallest debt. Once you see that quick win, you'll be motivated to keep going. That's why we begin with the lowest balance. It's about speed, not interest rates. As Kim says, it's not about paying off interest. It's about how fast you can get rid of the debt. When you look at the average person, they work hard, pay their mortgage, and that money flows to the bank. That's not an asset. It's a liability. A liability takes money out of your pocket, while an asset puts money in. If I rent out a property, that's an asset because it generates income. But if I live in the house, it's a liability, because even if it's paid off, I still have expenses like taxes, repairs, and insurance. When I rent a property, however, and do it well, it brings in money every month. I started when I was 25 with a small condo that generated $25 a month. It was a start and a good debt, paid off and still putting $25 in my pocket. So I was already making money from it. Today, my wife and I own 6,500 properties that provide us with monthly income. The people living in these homes are happy to have a place to stay, but all of this comes from debt. We've financed everything with 100% debt, but it's considered good debt. What makes debt good are two crucial words: cash flow. Instead of falling into more debt or recklessly spending money, like we talk about in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, we play the cash flow game. We invest the money, whether in real estate or stocks, and use debt to generate income and pay off other debts. Today, Kim and I own 7 cars, multiple homes, and travel by private jet. But all of this comes from the cash flow from our investments, not from using credit cards. We're debt-free and rely on steady income from our assets, which now exceed our liabilities. The reason so many people struggle is that they buy liabilities first and then try to acquire assets. That never works. They end up accumulating bad debt. In contrast, I use my assets to buy my liabilities, which allows us to enjoy a great lifestyle. The best part is, we don't have to worry about money because our investments generate continuous income. But this process takes discipline and commitment. It's a journey that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. Without dedication and discipline, the process can fall apart. If you know someone who could benefit from this advice, share this video with them. If you want to keep learning how to improve your financial situation and achieve wealth, subscribe to our channel. Here, you'll find valuable content about investing, saving, and improving your personal finances, along with insights and advice from experts in the business and finance world to help you reach your financial goals.